I'm always shopping the real.
They drop over.
Keep your people close to you cause you need to. Be careful for the people that deceive you. Keep a lookout for the ones who will talk when you're gone, but never keep the same energy when they see you. Keep the ones that are always there when you ride. Those ones are really hard to find. Cause when it comes to it, it'll show when it's time. I will never need a doubt who's behind. That's my team, that's my team. Loyalty over everything, that's my team, that's my team. From the bottom where we grinding, that's my team, that's my team. To the top where we shining, that's my team, that's my team. Loyalty over everything, that's my team. Every day I thank the Lord for the people needed. I know my life can be taken for whatever reason. That's why I tell them that I love them while I'm breathing. I want to see them grow in life before I see them grieving. That's what I'm about. This one ain't for views or the counts, nah. This one's for the moves that account. I'd rather be that one rapper living for the music than just another rapper that'll die for some clout. That's why I keep my people accountable for their actions. Tell them if we talk it, then we really have to back it. And I don't like violence, but if my brother Kendra call me and say he need me, then I'm out there riding. LKG since 2012, no changes. Seen day one is get cases. And I never was a bitch, and now I see that I don't have to be a snitch in order for us to make a statement. It's different. Keep people close to you cause you need to. Be careful for the people that deceive you. Keep a lookout for the ones who will talk when you're gone, but never keep the same energy when they see you. Keep the ones that are always there when you ride. Those ones are really hard to find. Cause when it comes to it, it'll show when it's time. I will never need a doubt who's behind. That's my team, that's my team. Loyalty over everything, that's my team, that's my team. From the bottom where we grinding, that's my team, that's my team. To the top where we shining, that's my team, that's my team. Loyalty over everything, that's my team, yeah. Loyal to the soil, that's just how I'm raised. Never catch me in my town feeling out of place. You either come in peace or you can't fit on the table where we eat. Either way, boy, you out of space. Couple oosters riding with me day ones. Same oosters carrying my casket when my day comes. Same oosters that'll press me if I change up. Same oosters that'll press you if you say something. 10 toes down with the squad to keep it lit. They used to deal the fiends, I'm trying to make them legit. Trying to make them some money without having to make a flip. Trying to give them a buzz without having to take a sip. Cause as a leader, you supposed to put it first. Even if you own, criticize your work. Minimizing your worth from trying to see who in search. And change the suit and tie from rocking it in the courtroom to rocking it in the church. Get me wrong, I ain't perfect, I'ma need to. And if the bros put in work, then I'ma swing too. Always hear them talking about running the ball when there were times outnumbered. Literally had our backs against the wall. Keep your people close to you cause you need to. Be careful for the people that deceive you. Keep a lookout for the ones who will talk when you're gone, but never keep the same energy when they see you. Keep the ones that are always there when you ride. Those ones are really hard to find. Cause when it comes to it, it'll show when it's time. I will never need a doubt who's behind. That's my team, that's my team. Loyalty over everything, that's my team, that's my team. From the bottom where we grinding, that's my team, that's my team. To the top where we shining, that's my team, that's my team. Loyalty over everything, that's my team, yeah.
And we live, baby.
What's good? What's good?
What's good, everybody?
Fellas.
What's good? What's good? What's good?
What up? What up? What up? What up?
Hey, man. TTEspn is in full effect, man. We back. We back. We out here.
Yeah.
Y'all see some new faces on here. Let me get a quick intro for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Got myself. I'm Soy. I'm gonna pass it over to Pilot. We got Pilot Moonwalk right there. To my upper, to me it's my upper right. I don't know if it's the upper right to y'all, but we got Tua. I don't know why he took his shirt off. He out here trying to look like a Raven.
Uppercut, right uppercut. Yes, sir.
Jeez, we got Tua. And then we got Dre, man. We got TTE Royale in the building.
Yes, sir.
Poker
For the Bay. Yeah.
poker extraordinaire. Fortnite sweat, Raider fan. Man,
Sir.
we
Glad to
out
be
here.
fellas.
All the TTE in the building. We ain't got no Panther fans this time. We might gonna have that next time. Y'all might see that on Thursday when we cover the rest of the NFC North. But man, what's good with y'all, man? Let's start with Dre, man. What you been up to, man? How you been, man? How's the family? How's everybody?
Man, working, man. Family's growing. Children still beautiful, happy, healed, and blessed. That's how we like it. But I'm excited to have the invite today to be able to come in and talk a little football. Everybody got to have their moment to get away and just kind of be a guy. Put the fatherhood to the side for a little bit. So I'm very glad to be here. TTE still definitely in my heart. Going about 3-4 years strong.
Yes,
Love
sir.
you guys. Appreciate the invite, sir.
Yes, sir. Cool. As y'all can see, we got Tua in the building too. My background's too. Let me fix my background. But Tua, man, what's good, bro? What you been up to, dog?
Good, man. Everything's good. Blessed, bro. Just been, just maintaining. I found something new to do, a little hobby. I'm doing a little woodworking now. So, other than that,
You said some
Just-
woodworking.
yes, sir.
Okay. Woodworking.
Yeah. So I done bought like hella tools that I don't know how to use. That we learning every day. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Hey, man. You gotta do what you gotta do. As long as you learning something new, man. I ain't learned nothing new, you feel me? But it is what it is. Whatever. Polly man. What's good, dog? What you Moonwalk, man? It's a familiar face. Y'all know him. What's up, Polly?
What's good,
What you been
man?
up to, dog?
Just chilling, man. Gotta stay inside the house. It's way too damn hot outside. Can't be doing anything out here.
You said it's way too hot out? Hold
Yeah,
on.
it's
What,
way too damn hot outside.
what you got
That's
out
what
there?
happens when you live in the Sahara Desert.
Yeah, that part.
You said my background's backwards? Oh, my bad. My background just gonna continue to be backwards for this one. It's all good though. But man, we gonna jump right into it, y'all. We gonna jump right into it. We breaking down the NFC North. So if y'all are in the chat, comment, like, subscribe, all of that. Let us know that you here with us. Oh yeah, AFC North. My bad. Getting too excited for the NFC. AFC North. We're gonna jump right into it, man. Last season. Bengals finished 10-7, went to the Super Bowl, obviously. Steelers surprised 9-7. Browns 8-9, Ravens 8-9. We're gonna start off with some key additions, some key departures for we're gonna go through every team. We're gonna give a breakdown in each one of them. We're gonna give an overall breakdown on positions and all that. But man, what surprised y'all about the offseason going into the AFC North, y'all? What are some key additions that y'all saw? What are some differences you guys are gonna see going into the season? We'll start with the Super Bowl Bengals, man. What y'all got on the Bengals? Who wanna start us off?
Shit, I'll start us off, man. It's just their old line. They got some help on there. They stole some key pieces from different old lines in the league. They took Lyle Collins from Dallas, Karras center from New England, Kappa from Tampa Bay, and that's all they really needed.
Huge additions.
And they added Hayden Hurst. I think he's a way more versatile tight end than Uzama, so just plug him into there.
And they lost Uzama too.
Yeah, they lost. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. What you got on the Bengals, man? What you got on the Bengals, Dre? What you got for us?
Well, I like to jump right to, I guess, kind of the addition from the draft for the Bengals. It hurts a little bit that our first playoff game in a long time, they took us out, right? But seeing how they went and they really, really fought. They fought every play, it seemed like, going through the playoffs. But, towards that end, especially with the game with Kansas City, he had the little stuff going on with Eli Apple.
Yeah.
In the Super Bowl, it seemed like, there may have been a few key plays that might have been missed there. So I really think with the spotlight being there, the fact that they went and they got Daxton Hill, Daxton Hill, that safety in the first round, I think that's going to be really good for them. Because they kind of give me Chiefs vibes a little bit. It's a nice young team. They kind of like, people that's going to be a little bit hot there, but you can't really, we don't know. We got to go into the next season. But I really like when you have those young guys, you can kind of keep that core together, but then you also build on that with something that you need. So I like Daxton. I always liked him on Madden. I'm excited to see what he's gonna be able to do in the league too. So I think that was a great move for the Bengals.
My man said the Chiefs vibes, huh? That's pretty big, man. It
is pretty big. It's a toss up though, man. Like I said, I can't say that too early, but I think they do have that potential. We just got to see how they come off of that very very close Super Bowl loss. We just got to see how it's gonna play out.
Ooh,
It's a mental game.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What a take from Dre. That's how you started off, man. Bali coming in swinging with the O line. Dre coming in. Tua, man, what you got for us? This is your conference.
I called it last year.
You did.
Cincinnati Bengal was my dark horse.
I hate that you did too.
I called it. The only thing that I seen, like I said, like Paula said, the addition of their O line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, their O line was cool. I think now they're like on the borderline almost great. Because mind you, when Joe Burrow first came in the league, that fool was running for his life.
Oh yeah, he was getting beat up his rookie year.
He was over there playing. Yeah, he was over there playing soccer the whole season.
Right.
He was over there getting hit left and right.
You got injured too.
That's true.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So the last year the Super Bowl O line they had was good. This year, great. Like I think they got, like Paula said, they got a few key pieces from different teams that fit that scheme, that that kind of West Coast scheme of run and gun. You know what I mean? For the Bengals, if for the Bengals, the tight end Hayden Hurst, he was a former Raven. He was
Of course they're gonna bring that up. Of course they're gonna bring that up.
The departure of Uzoma now gives Hayden Hurst I think it's gonna be like 50-50 with who else is the tight end for the Bengals? There's another tight end for the Bengals that I think he was a rookie from last year.
Drew Sample.
So, yeah.
But he's really not gonna get that much play because Hurst is already good.
Yeah, he's already established, but I'm saying that if they're gonna give him the workload, it's gonna be like 60-40 with the workload of Hayden Hurst and the rookie.
Right.
But Hayden Hurst, he's already proven. That's gonna be a nasty thing. I think Joe Burrow. This is the triple threat. I in my heart, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Hayden Hurst is gonna be the triple threat. The triple threat that everybody's gonna need to watch out for the AFC North. Just like how Lamar has Mark Andrews and Rashad Bateman and whoever the third guy is.
They ain't talking about the Ravens right now.
This is but mark my statement. This is my statement. No, I know we're not talking about the Ravens. This is my statement though about the Bengals. I think they're gonna have that 1-2 punch with Hayden Hurst and Joe Burrow, knowing that Hayden Hurst can run and he can catch the ball. You know what I mean? So
okay.
I'll be on the lookout
Joe
for
Mixon.
Hayden
Joe Mixon
Hurst.
had a hell of a year last year too. So that's something you gotta look at too. Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
So if we're looking at
Pro Bowler.
if we're looking at bold statements, if we making some bold statements right now, we're gonna look at the Bengals, and technically they got better, right? Their only need last year was that offensive line. Technically they got better. We can't forget about T. Higgins. Can't forget about Tyler Boyd. We can't forget about Jamar Chase. That's a hell of a wide receiving core, right?
Right.
You shore up your O line. Your defense is pretty much still intact. You lose a corner who wasn't really producing anyways.
Right.
Whatever. What is their record going to look like next year?
I think they remain.
We got to get a prediction. What's their record looking like next year? Because what they end last year, 10-7.
10-7. It was last year.
10-7 last year.
I got them going 10-7 again.
10-7 again. Okay.
I think was the Bengals. They play from behind a lot.
Right.
They sure do.
And it's easier to hold the lead than catching up. You know what I mean? And I think it takes more effort in that, and then injuries occur. All that. They're going to overwork themselves trying to come back from a game. and all that. And I think they still stay the same, 10-7.
11-6.
11-6.
Yep.
Okay. What you got, Drake? What you got for the Bengals next year?
Y'all gonna be mad, man.
He's about
I'm
to say
going,
13-4.
I'm going. I gotta go. I gotta go a little regression here.
Okay.
I know it goes against it, but it's gonna make sense a little bit. I'm gonna have them taking at least one game of a step back. So we're gonna go 9-8. Okay. I have my reasons, guys. I have my reasons. And again, as much as we've already said, the team is nice, it's intact. I think they got like some fire on them and everything like that. But it's still, look, the league is getting better too. So
right there.
it's gonna be a huge mental aspect.
Hold on, Jay.
And I got my reasons, but I'm gonna say 9-8 right now. I'm gonna say 9-8. I don't think they're gonna win the division again, man.
I think you're right,
Okay.
Jay.
Okay.
Because the Bengals got the hardest schedule out of all of the teams.
They showed just what I'm looking at. Their first 5 games.
You're right.
First 5 games.
It's tough, man.
They start off
It's
at
tough.
home against the Steelers. They go on the road against the Cowboys. They go on the road against the Jets,
Yep.
who I gotta say they got a lot better. Still
Jets
young.
got
A lot better.
They go
The Jets
home
got
against the Dolphins, and then they
Mm-hmm.
go on the road to the Ravens. That's the first handful of games.
Tough, man.
You
So
gotta take into consideration, man.
I
They're still a
cannot
young
disagree with
team.
you. Yeah, I cannot
They're still
disagree
a young
with you.
team. So you might see like a little slump in the beginning and stuff.
Right.
So
Yeah, they're playing.
still a young team. They're gonna be good, but time will tell.
They play a Chiefs team at home later in the season, early December. They got the Patriots in Foxborough, which ain't never an easy win in Foxborough.
Never easy.
Then they got the Bills at home, the last 2 games of the season. So I can't disagree with you. Yeah, we're gonna roll with it. So that's gonna take us into, what do you expect? Who are the 3 key pieces on this team as we see it right now, offense and defense, not one or the other, both sides of the ball? Who are 3 pieces that they really need to get production out of next year in order for them to either take the next step or continue to maintain what they're doing now? We're gonna roll with Tua. Kick us off.
No, go. Please, next.
All right, we'll go to Pilot.
Yep.
Oh, we're gonna need the same production out of Jamar Chase this year if they're gonna get any type of success. And if, who else? There's gonna be Joe Mixon. We need another 1,200 yards from him.
Okay.
And like Dre said, Daxton Hill, he's gonna be a key piece to this defense once he gets going. So that's who I got.
Okay.
That's my top 3.
Cool. We're gonna roll with let's go over to Dre and see who you got as your key pieces, man. Who's your 3 key pieces to this Bengals team for them to be successful next year?
Oh yeah. So first and foremost is start with the quarterback, man. Joe Shiesty. He's one of those guys, I'm telling you, that loss in the playoffs it rubbed me the wrong way, right? His comments after the game, his poise. I mean, he came out there, he literally said, we're not gonna have a big party like we did last week when we won the division. We expect to do it. I was like, man, that cut me deep.
He said he expected to beat us.
But you see this guy keep that composure through the playoffs, and really his first playoff run, he's going to have to keep it. He painted a target on his back.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a league where you're going to be compared. You can't get away from the comparisons.
Nice.
He's already being compared. Mahomes, he's being compared to all the greats.
Putting him up there with Josh Allen.
We're taking a look just in the AFC though. All these young quarterbacks that we're looking at for the next decade. Mahomes, Herbert, Joe Burrow there. Lamar's still in there, in my opinion. He, number one, first and foremost, that's the face of the franchise. He's going to have that pressure. I've seen him handle the pressure well, but I think it's a lot of expectation too. Man, we saw you do it. We saw you come out of one play, right? You got to get over the hump. The Bengals been thirsty. You got them that playoff win, 30 years in a running. They probably gonna put a statue up for him. That's number one, first and foremost. I will agree as well with Jamar Chase. because again, these are young guys that really got put in the spotlight. I mean, look what Jamar Chase did against the Chiefs, and I got a lot of friends in Kansas City. Oh, they were waiting on that
Cooked
game.
them.
It was like, man, how is this guy getting, all this and everything? We know the defense and everything, but we the Chiefs. He is going to have to maintain and probably take another step as well, right? It's a lot of maturity that's going to have to go on. And if we stick with the offense, I'm going to say, like y'all said, with Lyle Collins, that's coming on with the addition, on the line. Look, again, we got the face of the franchise, giving the Chiefs vibes where, hey, if they keep this up, we might be talking about, well, hey, are they the dynasty? Everybody looking for who's going to do what the Patriots did, right? You got to protect the quarterback. And if we bring you in, you already know what our culture is. We've gotten to the Super Bowl. We're a young, hot team. You got to come in and perform. You ain't coming in, we give you money, and you just sitting there being mediocre. I think about Orlando Brown when he went to the Chiefs, man, and they talking like, look, man, you should have gave us a little more. He doesn't want those conversations going after the fact. So those are three players that I think those are the most important there. You got to perform. You got to step up.
Cool.
Right on.
Cool.
That sounds good. Mine is gonna shock you. Well, I don't know, shock y'all, but my first one, like to piggyback off of you guys, is Joey B. He's gonna come in hot like a heat-seeking missile this year. That dude.
Heat-seeking missile, man.
Heat-seeking missile. And my other two is gonna be on the defensive side.
Okay.
It's going to be the defensive end, Trey Hendricks.
Okay.
The way he played last year, he better bring it this year if he's gonna want, if he's gonna want to make a statement on being like that guy on that defense.
I'm not surprised with you being a linebacker. I'm not surprised with that pick. Not surprised that you're going on the defensive side. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I think he had a great season last year. Trey Hendricks. The quarterback pressures, the quarterback pressures that he be giving off last year, it was crazy. The way he was doing up my offensive line was crazy. I didn't like him for that. My second guy, he has to be the guy that we all made fun of in Vegas. Mr. Eli Apple needs to come back this year stronger.
My boy Eli, don't be doing him like that.
My guy Eli Apple, I'm rooting for you this year, man. Yeah, all that trash talking last year, he done got a whole mouthful of the humble pie at the end of the day.
That's no lie.
I think those are my three: Joey B, Trey Hendricks, and Eli Apple.
Cool. I'm gonna be super quick. I'm gonna go with Joey Buckets. Obviously, Joey Buckets got to have a standout year. I'm gonna go with Jesse Bates. I think that defense still needs somebody to step up and be like, "Yo, I'm the captain. I'm the dude. Y'all need to just." He need to get everybody where they need to be, right? Dre said it. This is a league of comparisons. They need something. They need an Ed Reed. They need a Brian Dawkins. They need somebody back there to be like, "Yo, y'all ain't doing what y'all doing, so we can do what we got to do back here."
Mm-hmm.
There's no way you're covering any receiver in this league longer than 3 seconds, right? So I think Jesse Bates needs to step up. The third person for me is actually T. Higgins.
Oh, wow.
I like
T.
that.
Higgins.
I like that.
Jamar Chase is going to Jamar Chase, right? There's a reason you go and get Joey Buckets, wide receiver from college. There's a reason you do that. They showed that this last year.
Mm-hmm.
T. Higgins, bro, this is yours. This is your chance to get your bag. You need to come out and produce just as much. I'm thinking this is a reach. Those two are gonna need to do Julio Jones, Roddy White numbers. Julio Jones, Roddy White numbers.
That's a reach. I think for sure. I think for sure they can get those numbers.
They'll need to do that. That's what they need to do this year. Not Jamar. Jamar Chase gonna do, like I said, he gonna Jamar Chase. T. Higgins needs to match that energy, and I think he's gonna be the key for them this year. He's gonna I think he'll see more touchdowns than Jamar Chase does. Personally.
Okay.
That's what I think. But that's gonna wrap it up for the Bengals. That's gonna move us right on to the Browns. There ain't a lot to talk about there. We're gonna start it the same way we talked about the Bengals. Key additions, key departures. Hook us up, Ollie. Where we at?
Key additions. They really didn't add much to their offense. Honestly, I think Jacoby Brissett was one of the key additions, I guess. Since Baker.
We ain't got Amari.
Oh, Amari. I mean, who's gonna throw it to him though?
Right.
Hey, that's fact. Baker from the sideline.
Miles Garrett's gonna. That guy's an athlete. Did you guys know that? Miles Garrett's gonna throw that rock to him. He's good.
We still don't know what's gonna happen with Deshaun Watson. That's just what it is. We don't know what's gonna happen with him.
He ain't wrong. Wrong.
So without that, I don't see Amari Cooper as a key addition because you ain't gonna run your offense off of him. It's gonna be mostly the running game and their top 5 defense, which they had last year. They finished top 5 in total defense. So yeah, I don't really expect much from the Browns, honestly.
Cool, quick and easy. Dre, what you got, man? Same thing, same song.
I mean, if you're talking additions, you got Watson, you got Cooper. I'm more so focused on the fact that Jarvis Landry, he left. He's not there. Amari Cooper, again, to me, for his career, he'd been in that position where, man, you kind of got the pressure. It was there with the Raiders. You got the pressure to be there. He wasn't satisfied with that. He went to the Cowboys. I think he thrived at the Cowboys, honestly. But again, to me, he's going from a situation where, the man had like really some issue with the front office and that culture to now you have this show that's going on with Watson, like Paul said, who's the quarterback? There's going to be some questions that have to be answered. And to me, historically, I've seen Cooper kind of, to me, shut down, and maybe not perform as much. So it's like the culture there, to me, it's just, it's a lot to be said. It's a lot of work that has to be done. So I'm with Soy. It's not too much to talk about with that. I don't have them doing too much, man. I hate to say it, but I mean, it's just kind of the Browns being the Browns to me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I mean, with the Browns, we're going to jump right into what's their record going to be next year? What's their record? Make a claim, state your claim here. We're going to recap this, obviously, mid-season and then towards the end of the season. But what's their record going to look like? Last year they finished 8-9. You giving
7-10?
You giving them 7 games?
Tough.
That's crazy. You giving them 7 games. They finished 8-9 last year.
Yeah, I'm giving them 7.
That's crazy. Okay.
Yep.
What you got, Dre? What you got for the Browns? How they finishing? They start.
I'm giving them 6 games, man. I'm giving them 6-11.
I see that.
Me too.
Bro, it's tough. Like Soy went through the schedule, man. It's tough. They play the Bucks. I mean, they play Buffalo. They got New England in there. That's a home game, but I mean, that's gonna be tough, man. The culture's a huge thing. I think they get off to a slow start and they don't really recover until they get things figured out in the front office and with the players. So 6-11, bottom of the division, man.
Yeah.
I might gonna give them 5 games, man, because I'm looking the first 5 games of the season. They're in Carolina, at home against the Jets, at home against the Steelers, in Atlanta, and then they play the Chargers at home to end that 5 games. They could just as easily go 1-4 in that span.
Yeah. It don't get better after the Chargers, man.
It showed them Patriots, Ravens, Bengals, Dolphins, Bills. Like,
better.
Whew.
Yeah, it's hard to make a prediction with just Deshaun Watson out, honestly.
Right. So that means
we don't even know where he's going to be at.
So that means basically we're gonna have to our 3 players each that we gotta pick. They're gonna be mainly on the defense, huh?
I mean, to save us time.
To be real, it's the Browns we're talking about. The only person I think I see that's on the roster, and I think the one who might have a breakout season, Anthony Schwartz. That's it.
You think so?
Yeah, I think he might do. I think this is his coming out season. In my opinion. Don't kill me for that.
Anthony Schwartz. Really?
Ooh. Yes.
The Browns, they might start with Jacoby Brissett at quarterback this year.
That's what I'm saying, man. I like Schwartz. Don't get me wrong, but who's throwing him the ball, man?
Facts.
Yeah, like They don't start
Man,
with Jacoby Brissett. He's just another Mitchell Trubisky to me.
Mitchell
yeah.
Trubisky.
Sounds
And I
tough, man.
mean, Nick Chubb is gonna be Nick Chubb. They brought back David Njoku.
Yeah, they have a reason still. They still have the best running back duo in the league.
He's,
Alright,
But
that's tough. I mean, I think we're all
we
gonna
got
be around the same people when it comes to like a Myles Garrett. I think they
Right.
brought back Jadavion,
yeah, they brought back Jadavion.
and then Nick Chubb. Like those are the three that immediately stand out. Where it's like, y'all are the only ones that make sense to have a big year. Everything else is like the Sistine Chapel where they're reaching for each other's hands. Like it ain't happening. It ain't happening.
Yeah.
We just gonna save time on the Browns and we gonna move on to the Steelers, man. The Steel City, Steel Curtain. What are we looking at for key additions and key departures for our the second best team in Pennsylvania? We'll go Tua. Tua, what you got for us, man, with the Steelers? Key additions, key departures for the Steelers.
Additions. What's his name? Pickett, Mr. Kenny Pickett. I think
You skip right over Trubinsky.
I don't believe in him. I don't believe in him. He had what three chances to come out and start, actually do like actually be a quarterback. I mean, what's moving to the Steelers gonna do for him? You know what I mean? What's the
That's
difference?
true.
I mean, you're talking about a kid that's fresh off, getting drafted. You might want to take chances on him than what you got in Mr. Trubisky and starting off the season 0-4.
Ain't
0-5.
Pickett the hometown kid too?
Yep, he's a hometown kid.
I mean,
Oh,
it only makes sense.
I mean that makes sense a lot. You know what I mean? I don't believe when the season starts, I don't believe Mitch Trubisky is gonna be the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That right there alone, I think Kenny Pickett, he's gonna be that guy for Pittsburgh for the next 10 years.
Kenny Pickett. All right, Ballin',
Yep.
man. What you got for us when it comes to the second best team in Pennsylvania? And I'm gonna continue to say that because y'all see the background, y'all know the vibes.
that's tough.
Championships don't mean nothing. It's what have you done for me lately? And they have done nothing.
I think most of their key additions came during the draft, which was I think George Pickens, the receiver out of Georgia, and Calvin Austin. No one's talking about Calvin Austin. He's a pretty good
That's true.
solid slot receiver that they can have. Besides Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool, George Pickens, and then add Calvin Austin to the mix. Just a little speedy receiver. I think every team needs one. And
I think they took Miles Boykin from Baltimore, didn't they?
yeah,
But
Miles Boykins wasn't like he's a hit and miss.
Yeah.
just
but
like
yeah,
just like Hollywood
They
was.
didn't really add anything to their team, honestly. They just re-signed players.
Cool.
So,
Cool. Dre, where you at with the Steelers, man?
Yeah, man. I like the Steelers as far as like their guys. I guess like the culture. I guess you would say. I mean, the head coach been there for a long time. I think they're one of the teams that have like the fewest head coaches. Because they usually stick with their guys. But I mean, of course, the thing that sticks out to me with the Steelers. I mean, rest in power, Dwayne Haskins. Of course, I mean that was unfortunate. Kind of what had happened with him. I think that with with Big Ben retiring, it was they talked about for a while it was always going to be Kenny Pickett. It was going to be the guy they were going for. But it's just to me, it's a little more pressure now, even though they try to say it's not. You do want to ease them in there, so I kind of those guys are going to have to step up. They're going to have to mentor. They're going to have to help. Because again, that was another key departure there. So. That's why I would say on both sides of the ball there. Of course, the quarterback and then, D tackle. They're going to need a little bit of work there to recover.
Hey,
forgot
question
had a
before
Miles
you guys
Jack.
go. Miles Jack, I was about to ask you guys, for the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, have we seen a decline over the past, let's say, 5 to 10 years? Have we seen a decline as far as Pittsburgh back in the days? They had linebackers for days. They had D linemen for days. They had the top two safety core and cornerbacks for days.
Honestly, I think that's where it's
I don't
tough
think
though.
so.
I don't. Yeah, because I mean, if we look at it, we got an offensive heavy league, right? So for the Steelers to continue to do what they're doing, I mean, what was it? I forgot how many game streak it was where nobody scored over 30 points on them that ended last year. So for the fact that was a continual streak until I don't know who it was they were playing, maybe the Chiefs or who it was, but
It was the Chargers.
The Chargers. For the fact that was still a streak, I think what Mike Tomlin has built there, similar to what Bill Belichick has built in New England, similar to what Harbaugh has built in Baltimore. I think they just have an identity and they've stuck to it, right? Obviously, they lost Joe Hayden last year, or this year they lost Joe Hayden. Picked up Miles Jack, great additions, but I don't think they've declined. I think they're not as flashy because we would always look at the Ravens and we would always look at the Steelers and be like, they some hard hitting defenses.
Okay, in my opinion, the Steelers defense, the D line has always been like the main main part since they drafted Watt. Ever since they drafted Watt, TJ Watt, he brought that back into the Steelers defense. As far as linebacker core and the safety and DB roles, I think it kind of fell short in my opinion. Because you're coming from Jeremiah, what was it? Jeremiah Porter or something? What's his name?
Joey Porter.
Joey Porter. You're talking about James Ferrier. Who else was on the linebackers? You had Troy Polamalu. You had the other DBs. What are they? Ryan Clark.
I mean, I think you think about the time. You think about the time those dudes was playing though. The time those dudes was playing, they weren't protecting wide receivers like they're protecting them now, right?
Yeah,
so Troy Peasy could be Troy Peasy. Ryan Clark talks about it all the time on the pivot. He was like, "Bro, I didn't care. I was running through you." He was like, "I'm 5'10", $180 on a good day." He's like, "I'm running through you and I'm putting my body on the line because I have to." You do that now, bro. You suspended for a game or two. But I think the defense they have has evolved to the game they have now. Like if we look, they sit with Devin Bush at linebacker, sideline to sideline. Hell of a linebacker to come in behind what's his name that got hurt a couple years back, that got paralyzed.
Ryan Shazier.
Ryan Shazier.
Ryan Shazier was that dude.
Hell of a dude to come in after Ryan Shazier in Bush. Minka Fitzpatrick, Mr. On It, seems to be around the ball all the time. So I just think they built it. Yeah, they built it the right way to be in the right place with the way the league is right now. Tyson Alualu, bro. Last time I heard about him was in Jacksonville. The first 2 years of his career, he came back these last 2 years as a compliment to Watt.
He was balling.
So
he was balling.
But that's just what I think with the Steelers. I think they're evolving, and I think last year I had Mike Tomlin on the hot seat.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that ended the way they ended the season this year. Big Ben. I think Big Ben retiring almost. I don't want to say saved Mike Tomlin, but it's one of those. What environment and what culture do you want to bring a rookie into your team? You don't fire Mike Tomlin when you're doing that.
Right. So and on top of that, the whole locker room, even coming down to the staff, the locker room, and upper management, they said Mike Tomlin changed that culture. Coming from Bill Cowher to Mike Tomlin, they said once he established himself as the Steelers head coach, he changed their culture. So I don't think. Yeah, he was on a hot seat, but I think that was all bluff. You know what I mean? I think it was just all talk. They're not gonna. Mike Tomlin, he's a like I said, well established coach to a point where
that's a lifetime guy.
Yeah, I know if the Steelers would ever had fired him, any of these teams up in the NFL will pick him up ASAP.
Oh, easy.
And that's facts.
Easy.
That's facts.
Yeah.
Well, with that being said, that brings us to making our bold prediction on where their record is going to look like. Before we get into key players for them to be successful next year, I'm going to read off to y'all the first 5 games of the Steelers season next year before we go ahead and make our predictions. They're going to be in Cincinnati game 1. They're going to go home against the Patriots. Then they're going to go into Cleveland. They're going to go home against the Jets. And then they're going to be in Buffalo against the Bills. That's their first 5 games of the season. Bengals, Patriots, Browns, Jets, Bills. How do you got the Steelers ending their season? They finished last year 9-7.
9-7-1.
Yeah, 9-7-1.
Yeah.
So, who wants to start us off, man? Who?
I'll go first, man. They're gonna finish at 4-13, the bottom of the division.
Ooh, oh.
Yes.
Damn.
Worse than the Browns. Yes, I said it. I think Mitch Trubisky, he's basically going to the same team like he was drafted to the
tough.
Bears. They had a great defense, no offense to help him out.
4-13, only 4 games.
I mean, he does have Najee Harris, Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool. He's still a question mark to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
George Pickens, we don't even know how he's gonna play out. That's who I got him.
That's so tough, Dre. Man, you look like you got a whole lot of thoughts flowing through your head right now, man. 4-13. That's tough.
Yeah, that is tough. I mean, it's not something that doesn't make sense to say, but also just looking at the patterns, though, just like we just talked about, hey, Mike Thomas on the hot seat. You got all this fiasco with Ben retiring. You got the TikTok superstars. I'm gonna say that this might be. I can see this being the first losing season for Mike Tomlinson. Ooh. But I'm gonna say that at 7-9, man.
Okay.
There's a tough schedule. It's a tough situation, but we've seen it time and time again. The head coach and the culture makes a difference, guys. I'm gonna keep saying that, and I think Tomlinson runs a tight ship over there. They have a winning culture, guys. I think we will see some pretty good progression. We might see some things that surprise us, but I don't think I'm ready to count them out that bad, to take that much of a dip. I mean, last season
4-13.
It wasn't a cakewalk to me either, man. I'm gonna stick with 7-9. I still got the Browns bottom of the division, man.
Okay. Whew. To it, man.
6-11.
6-11.
6-11. That's more reasonable.
6-11. Okay.
I mean, going through the schedule, the Jets. That's a toss up. They either might win or lose that one. I say the Eagles. The Eagles. They might win that one. The Falcons.
You said they're gonna beat the Eagles?
The Raiders. The Panthers. Oh my God, for sure the Panthers. They're definitely gonna beat the Panthers.
Man, this guy don't deserve a solo cam.
You said they're gonna beat the Raiders?
I think for sure it's 6-11.
You said they're beating the Raiders?
Some of these games that they're gonna play, it's gonna be one of those. God damn it! It's gonna come down to the wire type games. No, I was just talking out of my ass. My bad, bro.
Man, it's my turn. Give me the camera.
What about you? What about you, Mr. Eagles?
We're gonna talk about this, all right? I got them finishing 9-8. I got them finishing 9-8.
You showed them hella low.
Hey, I'm thinking about it this way, right? You sign Mitch Trubisky. You don't sign Mitch without a sign off from Mike. You don't do that.
Right.
You also when I'm looking at the Steelers team, the type of Steelers team that I see next year is going to be very, very similar to what we saw with the Colts last year. Let that sink in. It's going to be very similar to what we saw with the Colts last year in Carson Wentz. In a run-heavy offense.
Right.
So you're saying he's going to thrive?
Oh, absolutely. I don't think he's going to be like amazing, right? I still got him as one of the worst quarterbacks in that division. But saying that, think about the other quarterbacks in your division, right? You got Joey Buckets, you got Lamar Jackson. He's third on my list. We'll go over that later when we rank everybody positionally.
He's taken for sure. He's taken for sure.
But I think what they looked at last year was this is Ben's last year for sure. We're gonna throw the hell out of his arm. We are not going to use Najee Harris as much as they should have. Everybody that's more than a casual fan knows, because they probably play fantasy and they probably had Najee on their roster, wondering why he didn't get the ball 25 times a game.
Right.
Can y'all agree with me there?
Right.
That's gonna happen next year. 25 carries a game next year. I think Najee goes for 1,500.
He's gonna be the workhorse.
And I think Mitch Trubisky is going to be operating out of a very, very Carson Wentz-like offense when he was with the Colts last year. They're not going to depend on his arm. They're not.
Right.
They're going to depend on his feet.
We're going to see some RPO action from the Steelers offense this
year.
Yeah,
it's going to look like we're watching Lamar Jackson just with a better arm.
Hey, Lamar got accuracy. I'm gonna say right now, Lamar got an arm, but he ain't got accuracy.
And I mean, that's why I give them. That's why I give them 9 and 8. You can't guarantee a win. You can't guarantee a win or a loss against the Ravens. That's a dogfight every single year, no matter who's behind center.
Well, you also got to figure Mitchell Trubisky. Yes, he has an arm, but can his receivers catch it?
Now that
will his O-line allow him to have that time for him to throw it?
This is where O-line ain't gonna matter so much, because you're gonna have Najee Harris carrying the ball 25 times. What you're gonna be worried about is we're gonna put 8 in the box because Najee's tearing us up for 150 by the third quarter. Now you're gonna look at Pat Freiermuth, or however you say his last name. I apologize, dog, if I'm saying your name wrong. Freiermuth. You're gonna be looking at a George Pickens. You're gonna be looking at a big body Chase Claypool, Deontay Johnson, and Najee Harris. This is where the game becomes so much easier, and I think this is what Mike Tomlin is good at. He's already shown last year that he was going to throw the hell out of Ben because it was his last year. You got to do that. It's your farewell tour. You got to do that. But that's why I give him 9 and 8. We'll see where we're at when the end of the year comes. But who do y'all? I'm gonna just start us off with the 3 key players for next year for them to be successful. It's gonna be Matt Trubisky. Okay. Yes, I know his name ain't Matt. He don't get his real name until he shows me first 5 games that he can play. Matt Trubisky, whatever your name is.
Right.
He's gonna be a key player for me. TJ Watt, obviously, that's hands down.
Oh, that's an automatic.
Hands down.
Right.
And then the other automatic is just Minka. I'm not gonna get too complicated. I'm not gonna get too crazy. Minka Fitzpatrick. Actually, I lie. I'm gonna take Minka away. I'm gonna go with Najee Harris. Najee Harris is gonna be my third. I say he's gonna get 25 carries a game, 1,500 yards. It's gonna happen. 1,500 yards and maybe like 12, 13 touchdowns.
Okay. I am going to go with Mr. Chase Claypool. For one, he needs to have a breakout season this year. For his size and speed, I'm surprised he's dropped a lot of passes and hasn't been consistent. Because Ben was throwing dimes to him, and he it's either he's already running before he catch the ball, or he'll catch the ball and then drop it. One or the other. But he needs to, have a breakout season this year, or else he'll be a major bust. That's my number one. Number 2, Devin Bush. I want Devin Bush to come out and shed some light around that linebacker core. I mean, they did lose. I think they lost Melvin Ingram that came from the Chargers. Was it Melvin Ingram with them?
No,
he wasn't with
at
them.
one point, yeah.
I thought
Was
he
he?
was with them.
At one point, that he was, but he got traded to the Chiefs, I think.
Okay,
Yeah,
so he was okay. Yeah, so him being the linebacker, I expect him to be that guy on that defense, other than T.J. Watt,
Mm-hmm.
and then the third, Najee. Najee's gonna be that guy.
He's gonna have a hell of a year this year.
He's gonna have a good year. Not too hyped about his O line because his O line is still kind of rocky. But I'm pretty sure that they're gonna make some transactions if they could before the season actually start. But those are my three: Chase, Devin. I mean, Devin got help too with the addition of Miles Jack, and then Najee. Those are my three.
Chase, Devin, and Najee. All right, Bala. We'll go to Bala and then we'll have Dre wrap us up with the key players.
Picking back up to it. Chase Claypool, man. He needs to work on his route running. He's become way too predictable. That's why corners are easily lock him down. They shy away from throwing the pass to him. The next one is Deontay Johnson. Catch the damn ball, man. It's your job, man. Catch it. You get open, you drop everything. Catch the ball.
Hit your hands, reel it in.
Yeah, that's it. And then my last one is just the O-line in general.
Ooh.
They got a pretty average O-line. In this league, looking at their schedule, honestly, every team has an amazing D-line. They need time for him to throw the ball. So they need to be on the A game every week against these teams, including the AFC North.
Cool.
Right on.
All right, Dre, wrap us up with the Steelers' key players for next year for them to be successful.
And again, this one is easy. Again, going back to TJ Watt, he got paid, man. And historically, people get paid. They try to take, a little time off, but you got to help, So for sure, TJ Watt. Also, I'm going to agree with Devin Bush. I mean, we know Miles Jack can bring to the table that linebacker core. It should be, firing back up. And honestly, you have, questions at quarterback. The defense is going to have to do his job. You can't have teams just coming out here just scoring, putting up points, and putting more pressure, on your offense to, try to play catch up. They got to do something there. And then I'm going to go a little against the grain. I'm going to say that tight end, Pat Fryermuth or so. I think he got to step up. Tight end is becoming like a more hybrid and important position, in the league. They expected to do a lot. He's expected to block, catch short passes, things like that, and also help out his quarterback too. So we don't want to put everything on, the wide receiver that we know they got to step up because Juju left and everything like that. The tight end, he's going to have to kind of, get into that role. He's a good tight end. That position is, a little forgotten. And I'm going to say on the offense, he got to be the one to step up and kind of ease that offensive burden.
Facts.
Right.
Cool.
Hold on, before we move on. Fryermuth. That's right. Dre brought something up that the Steelers haven't had consistency in a while. It was with the tight end position. In my opinion, I think he's right. I think so because who was the tight end before him?
But then they have was it Ebron?
No.
It was Ebron, but they had Jesse James.
Yeah, Jesse James, who I'm thinking.
If you guys have to think about it, the last tight end I known from freaking the Steelers, to be honest with y'all, is Heath Miller.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah.
if you had to think about who was the last productive tight end they had, it was Heath Miller. He was a blocking, catching tight end.
Right. He helped. Did his part.
I can't disagree with that.
So that's what I'm saying. To piggyback off of what Dre said, Fryermuth has to have a breakout season. He can block already. It's just now he needs the rock. Throw him a couple passes and then let him, let him catch on fire real quick. Give him the hot hand.
He showed last year what he was capable of. 6'5", 4'5", 4'5", 40 or something like that. But I mean, he showed last year that he was able to pass block. He's able to catch some passes. But I don't know if I'm ready to put him up there with that upper echelon of tight ends because tight tight ends these days is different.
Right.
Different.
Oh yeah.
Like they're like hybrids now.
And I know this is going outside of the AFC North, but I don't think enough people are talking about Dawson Knox over in Buffalo.
Knox.
Oh yeah.
That man got to be in the conversation. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. But we gonna move it over to the last team in the AFC North.
Oh, yes.
Last team in the AFC North that had all the excuses last year.
Oh, we didn't
Every excuse that you could think
We
of.
actually had an excuse. Our whole freaking 11 players were all injured.
Excuses.
I mean, next man up. Next man up. You know what I mean? You know, but come on.
We gonna start it off pretty simple, man. We'll let Tua guide us in this one, man. Tell us about some of your key additions and key departures when it comes to your Baltimore Ravens.
Key additions where we were struggling at for the longest, for the whole season last year. Safety, Mr. Kyle Hamilton. I'm glad we picked him up.
What a pickup!
What a pickup! He was one of the rookies that I was hoping that wouldn't get picked up early. I mean, well, not early, but from another rival team, because then we'll have to see him twice a year. So I'm glad we picked him up. And we can't forget about Marcus Williams too. We signed him from the Saints. I think our backfield is gonna be pretty scary. You got Marcus Williams, you got Kyle Hamilton, and you got a dog in Marcus Peters and in Marlon Humphrey. He wasn't a dog last year, but he should be a dog this year.
She was the only one on the field last year.
Yeah, he was the only one.
Literally the only one on the field.
until he got hurt. The dude freaking, he was our last standing defensive guy. The departures, not too many to talk about because it wasn't that we let anybody go. Majority of the guys that we did have drafted last year were all hurt.
Yeah.
So
y'all be without Justin Houston this year too?
No, we signed. Well, he signed back with the Ravens.
Did he?
Yeah, I believe so. I was reading something yesterday about him. That he's gonna stay and mentor the young linebackers that we have.
No, I thought he left.
But yeah, Kyle Hamilton. I think David Ojabo. He was another good pickup for us. Another edge rusher. But it's gonna be tough because between him and Jalen Ferguson, it's gonna be tough. Jalen Ferguson's been looking nice so far. I've been watching the training camp and OTAs. Jalen Ferguson might be that top guy at edge rushing for on the other side of Odafe.
This man going over his whole roster. Key addition, key departures, the whole team.
The whole team.
All of them.
That's for the most part. I think the major part that we needed was our backfield, which was Kyle Hamilton and Marcus Williams. So,
all right, sure enough, that secondary. Let's go to the little brother who's a Packers fan. I don't know how in the same household they got a Ravens fan and a Packers fan, but tell us about those key additions, key departures, man.
Key additions, man. They added Kyle Fuller from the Broncos. Just add a little depth to that. Add a little depth to that injured Ravens team, I guess. Tyler Lindenbaum, how he fell to them was ridiculous. I don't know. He was the best O lineman in the draft, in my opinion.
Tough.
And Kyle Hamilton, he fell to the Ravens too. So most of their key additions was pretty lucky, honestly.
Super lucky. But I ain't hating. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Hey, we hold some of those picks too from some other teams just to get that pick.
All right, Dre, man. What you got for the Ravens? What you got? It looked like he got a whole lot to say about the Ravens.
He's been waiting for
Burn him.
In my opinion, say the best for last, man. So you coming in? I'm gonna come in with some facts here, but I mean, the key departure, of course, is gonna be Marquise Brown. If they ain't trade him
Hollywood.
middle of the
Facts.
draft, Lamar sent out the tweet like, "Man, what's going on?" You know, that was huge. Nobody seen that coming, in my opinion. You know, and for something like that to happen mid draft, you know, that was a big loss. Now, as far as key additions, I'm gonna agree. It's everybody to me. You get J.K. Dobbins back. Lamar was out. I mean, bro, they literally had half the team out, and they still found a way to like tie for last in the division, man. Go 8-9. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, the thing about the Ravens to me, man, they the sleeper for me that I feel like a lot of people just kind of push them to the side. And you got to think, just like we talk about, you know, some of the other teams like the Bengals, where they still have their team together. Man, so do the Ravens. They still have a lot of those pieces. They're probably just as hungry to kind of get back, you know, and perform on the field, and hopefully, you know, knock on wood, stay away from some of them injuries. So I'm going to say for the key additions, just getting the team back. You know, a lot of them coming off.
Facts.
Man, I think a lot of people are a little sleep on the Ravens. It's going to be a different season this year, I think.
Cool. All right, it's my turn. You know what I'm saying? It's my turn. I can't disagree with anything y'all said, man. I really can't disagree. Y'all really played with a JV team last year. They played with a JV team last year to be one game under 500. That's crazy. 8-9. Y'all ended the season with Brett Hundley. Damn, UCLA alumni. I think he was drafted by the Packers like 5 years ago. When he drafted by the Packers?
Tyler Huntley. We just got
No. Brett. Oh, okay. I was about to say. I was like, Tyler Huntley. Isn't he the Utah quarterback? Utah quarterback, right?
Yeah,
Utah quarterback. I know, because he would do the Oregon Ducks wrong. I hate it. But the fact that you were able to come in and not change a thing about your offense with damn near the same quarterback. No one's on Lamar's level, but the fact that you come in with a poor man's Lamar and you can continue to run your same offense with, let me say this again, a JV team. You did not have J.K. Dobbins. You did not have Gus Edwards. You didn't have nobody. You didn't even have Lamar Jackson. Your defense was injured. I do think it's a loss. One of the key losses is not having Villanueva back. Is it Villanueva? Yeah, Villanueva.
I don't think he kind of mattered any. I mean, he held up his own for a bit, as much as he could.
Yeah, with having no running game, he could only do so much. But there's a lot about that experience though that you want on that line. You know what I mean? There's a whole lot about that experience that you want to keep on that line. I think Bozeman is now in Carolina, but being able to add Linderbaum.
And Daniel something.
Y'all, I don't know, man. There's just not a lot to say negative about this Baltimore team. Dre said it, man. I think everyone's pushing this team to the side because they just didn't have anything last year.
Everybody's coming back with a vengeance. J.K. Dobbins, he's over there running over his practice coaches.
J.K. Dobbins running over his practice coaches.
Gus Edwards is over there lifting 2 baby hippos a day. Like, come on now, like they're really coming back with a vengeance. Marcus Peters, who I thought this year he was gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna test the free agent water. Nah, oh boy said I'm a Raven till he's done.
Yeah.
Marlon Humphrey, I think for sure, we're gonna be good this year since everybody's gonna come back healthy.
We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. What do y'all got? What do y'all got them ending at? What is their record next year?
12-5.
They have the same schedule as every other team in the AFC North, man. I don't know.
12-5.
You said 12. You said what?
12-5.
I think I got them tying with the Bengals at 10-7, but they get the edge because they win more AFC games.
Okay.
So you want to go first, or you want me, man?
Smoke them.
I'm gonna let you go, bro. I'm gonna let you go.
All right, man. I'm calling it right now. 13-4.
Woo!
Oh.
13-4. And I'm gonna tell you the 4 games they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose against the Bills. They're gonna split with the Bengals, so that's another loss. They're gonna lose against the Buccaneers, and I think they're gonna lose against Denver. 4 games.
Denver?
Lamar, we got contract talks. They didn't sent this boy receiver away. They didn't took him the doggone last pick of the first round. Everybody didn't talk. He see all these young quarterbacks coming up. I know he got trouble with accuracy and everything, but they still got their team. They've been slept on. 13-4, man. I'm putting it on the record. The Ravens.
4 guys. As a Raven fan, I love it. I went 12-5. I think he's a low key Raven fan, guys.
I'm not.
Damn.
I'm not. I'm just trying to be as realistic as possible here.
Who do you have them losing to?
They gonna be. I had them losing. Week 4 to Buffalo. They're gonna lose. They're gonna have to split one with the Bengals. Those are gonna be 2 tough games. I got them losing one to the Bengals.
2.
You got them losing to the Buccaneers as well, because they play the Bucs at home week 8, and also got them losing against Denver on December the 4th. Those are four key losses that I think I'll see there, but still, I mean, to me, that's spread out enough. They're gonna have a lot of momentum going through the season, and they're gonna lock up that division, man. 13-4 this year.
Damn, 13-4.
Nice take. Nice take.
Damn, I had them losing to New Orleans. I had them losing to Carolina. I have them splitting with the Steelers because that's always a dogfight.
Damn, you got him losing to Carolina?
You got me. You got us losing to Carolina.
So I got them. I got them losing to New Orleans, to Carolina. I got them sweeping the Steelers. I hate to say it, but from what I'm gathering, man, from what I've seen from last season to this season, what we talked about today, that's why I'm glad you say the Ravens for last. Because I'm telling you, man, from what I'm seeing and what I'm kind of getting the vibes on, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised to see a 13-4 team.
Damn.
Hopefully they don't choke in the playoffs. Playoffs is a whole different story. But I'm talking regular season, hitting the ground.
Talking regular season, yeah.
This is a statement season for them.
That's crazy. I mean, I had them going like 10-7, 11-6. 10-7, 11-6. Just because I think there is some chemistry there that I think they need to get sorted out. One thing you don't need chemistry on is your defense. You do not need, and I don't mean you do not need it at all, but I think you build chemistry a lot faster on defense than you do on offense. But damn, that's tough. That's tough.
Yeah, man, I'm on a hot seat for the season, but I'm sticking with it.
That's tough. All right, cool. I mean, we won't get into the key. Actually, you know what? We'll do it for the sake we did to everybody else. Who's y'all 3 key players for the Ravens next year? In order for them to be successful, we'll start off with Mr. Ravens himself and Tua.
Rashad Bateman.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Rashad Bateman. After Marquise Brown left, I think that's gonna be one of our ones right there. Patrick McQueen. He needs to step up. Last year he had an all right season. I thought you didn't like Patrick McQueen. I mean I don't, because come on, they had to bring in Josh Bynes back for him to go outside and not think about the defense.
That's true.
Josh Bynes had to think for him, in my opinion.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So for Patrick McQueen getting drafted the way he did and not showing us the middle linebacker grit that he was at LSU, I think he needs I think he needs a breakout season. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He needs to wrap up more fundamentals. Sideline to sideline coverages. He's all right. I'm not gonna say he's decent. He's all right. But as far as tackling wise and play recognition, I think those two things, you know, goes hand in hand as a true middle linebacker. You know what I mean? Um, he's my number two, and then number three, LJ. Got to go with Lamar Jackson. You know, he's had that chip on his shoulder for what 4 years now.
Yeah.
He needs to. It's either if he gets his contract extended for the Ravens, and if he's going to be the franchise guy, he has to take us to the Super Bowl no matter what, because the Ravens are building the organization around him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it wouldn't be fair if he doesn't turn up and turn out the how would you say it?
Mm-hmm.
The outcome wouldn't be, you know, like a bust or anything. You know, he done did the playoff. He done took the chip off his shoulder with the playoffs. Now it's just trying to stay healthy and make a run during the playoffs to get to the Super Bowl.
That Kansas City hump. That Kansas City hump he ain't got over yet.
Yeah, he got over it. I think he did. He got over it last season. I think when the Chiefs played the Ravens and Lamar was there, even though I think we did with overtime one. I think we went to overtime. Yeah, even though we went overtime, I think the defense kind of held their own and figured Patrick Mahomes out. You know, as much as Patrick Mahomes is like kind of sketchy. I mean, not sketchy, but like as much as he does is like run around for 10 seconds and then launch the ball to Tyreek Hill, always finding Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. I think the quarterback pressures on him and actually sacking him is, you know, which made us win, whatever. But yeah, LJ, Patrick McQueen, and Rashad Bateman. My bad, guys. I was going on and on.
Cool. Dre, Mr. Critical, Mr. Bold Statement, Mr. 14.
Yeah. No, he hit that on the bullseye there, man. I would say the exact same three. I mean, obviously Lamar, contract year, just like what he was saying. Patrick Queen as well. You know, you got Owe or so. How would they pronounce his name? You know, they got now with the linebacker court. You have all the potential there with defense. I like their secondary. You know, they got a great D line. The linebackers though, like he was saying, you got to tackle well. You got to be a leader there on the field. He gonna have to step up. I think that was a great take. It's a breakout season for him. And then to me, it's a toss-up. I mean, you lost Brown, so either Duvernay or Bateman. You know, somebody got to really step up. And I think not necessarily just one, but like as a collective core, you know, those wide receivers and again the tight end too, they gonna have to come together on the same page and be like, look, guys, we got everything we need now. No excuses. Let's go get it. Lamar, he got the chip on his shoulder, but he also got to be the leader. Don't play with emotion. If the game's getting out of hand, don't let it, show on the sideline. It just go and attack. It's still a mental aspect of the game. So I think he's spot on with those three. I'm going to agree 100%.
Cool. Bali, what you got, man?
I agree with all of them too, but in general, I think training staff. Get them healthy. Get them healthy. Don't overwork these guys, man. Don't overwork these guys. Man, the whole team was injured, man. We need them healthy. Bring them back. This is a great team already. They just need to play. That's all.
Facts.
They just need to play.
Back-to-back torn ACLs in the offseason in the running backs.
Man, that is crazy. And no, that's a triple threat. You had Gus Edwards, J.K. Dobbins, and Marcus
Peters, yeah. Cool. Honestly, man, I'm going to put this all on LJ. LJ is that dude this year. A Ravens defense is going Ravens defense. Very, very similar to what I said about, Jamar Chase being Jamar Chase. The Ravens defense is going to Ravens defense. That's not going to change. They are always going to be who they are. They're going to find a way. Harbaugh has that defensive, DNA to be able to give it to him. But to me, man, LJ, my bold statement for this year. I put Mike Tomlin on the hot seat last year. I think Ben Roethlisberger's retirement farewell tour kind of, I don't want to say saved Tomlin. I said it before, but gave him some grace for another couple years before even thinking about the hot seat. But I'm gonna say this year, man. Ravens stay healthy, and Lamar doesn't get him a playoff win this year. I think Harbaugh got to be on the hot seat. Harbaugh got to be on the hot seat. You don't put a Lamar in trade talks. A Lamar Jackson, a once-in-a-lifetime athlete, once-in-a-lifetime dude like Lamar Jackson does not get on the hot seat. He's going to get his extension regardless. He's going to get his extension.
He's a franchise quarterback.
Period. He's going to get that.
Period. He's not going anywhere else.
But I think this is where you start looking at Harbaugh and saying, I don't know, bro. Is this? Do you have the right staff in place?
I don't think it's Harbaugh. I think it's Greg Roman.
I mean, that's part of Harbaugh's staff. This is where I look at it like you could do what Doug Peterson did a couple years back with the Eagles and fire your offensive coordinator, your defensive coordinator, or you could get to the root of the problem, fire your head coach, and bring in a whole new staff, prepare for the next season. But I think if they don't go and win a playoff game this year, at the very least, win a playoff game this year, I think you have to talk about Harbaugh being on the hot seat. You have to talk about where is Harbaugh in this conversation, and how long do we keep you around? I think his days are numbers. They did.
We just extended, I think, for 3 years.
Yeah.
But that's what I look at. I look at Harbaugh and LJ. Depending on how you manage that, those two, you got one of the top 5 tight ends in the league. You got a hell of a young receiving core. You got your 2 young stud running backs back healthy. Your defensive core is where it needs to be. Marcus Peters is back. You added a hell of a safety. We'll see, man. If they don't win a playoff game next year, I think Harbaugh has to be on the hot seat. But that's gonna take us into see the research that y'all have done. We're going to go real quick, not rapid fire, real quick. We're going to go through each positional group in the AFC North, and we're going to have y'all rank who y'all have as a top 4 in each position. Top 4 in each position.
In each, like even offensive line, defensive line type
thing? We might skip the O-line and the D-line. And we're gonna rank them. We're gonna rank them as a whole, all O line, all D line, as opposed to just individuals.
Okay.
Collectively, they all impact the game in a certain way, and they all complement each other. We're gonna start off with the obvious position in quarterback. Man, who is the number 1 quarterback y'all have in the AFC North? We'll run through everybody real quick. Dre, who is your number 1 quarterback in the AFC North?
Ooh, man, start with me. I'm gonna say Lamar. Say Lamar. To me, I'm gonna say Lamar because I like Deshaun Watson, but there's too many questions right there. What's going on, and is he gonna play to start out and things like that. Lamar to me is clear cut number 1.
Cool. 2, who you got number 1? Do I need to ask?
Joey Buckets.
Oh, that's tough.
Lamar Jackson. I'm a Raven fan now. Don't get me wrong, but I believe the way he took last season and going into the Super Bowl the way he did, I think he's gonna ride that wave still.
Okay.
For me, Joey Buckets.
Buckets.
Hey, LJ, he has to this year. Like we all said, this year this has got to be his year.
Ooh. Solid. Number 1 quarterback in the AFC North.
LJ.
No question.
MVP.
We gonna be. It looks like we're gonna be 50-50 on this one, man. Because I got Joey Buckets. Where Joey Buckets is at right now. We always look at somebody's playoff run, and it takes a little bit of luck along the way. I don't see any luck in what Joey Buckets did last year. There was no luck there. They didn't get a bad call. They didn't get a 50-50 fumble. They didn't get a tip pass intercepted to change the game. They grinded it out, and they won every game.
Yeah, you got to remember, he was the most sacked quarterback to ever make the Super Bowl.
They grinded. Being behind at halftime to the Kansas City Chiefs for the second time in the year and winning same way. I cannot bet against. And this is not recency bias. This is not what have you done for me lately. This is just you purely carried your team on your back to the Super Bowl. So I'm gonna go Joey Buckets. All right, we're gonna go back to Dre. We're gonna have you give us 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, well, obviously, if Joe wasn't going to be number one, he's number 2 for me. To me, like I said, it's still. I mean, I like the magic from last year and everything like that, but I got to see it again, man. You know, he's young. I like him, but Lamar's special. So Joey for sure is number 2, and then I mean, going to number 3, Deshaun Watson. I got to say him. You know, just saying that he's the Browns quarterback, and it's just purely going based on what we've seen in the past. You know, with him at the Texans. And then, of course, number 4, Mitch.
Mitch or whoever's over there Steelers. Yeah. Cool. 2, man. 2, 3, and 4.
2, 3, and 4. LJ 2, of course. 3 and 4, I really don't care.
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
It's just the 1 and 2 right now. It's Joey B and LJ. Until LJ gets it right this season, we'll be all right. For right now, it's Joey B and LJ.
Sound like it's pretty same for you, Paula?
For what? 2, 3, and 4?
Buckets at 2, 3, and 4?
I mean, if Deshaun Watson play, he's 2. Deshaun Watson play, he's 2. Joey Buckets going to be 3, and Mitch is going to be 4.
Damn.
Deshaun, if he plays, he's 2.
That boy Deshaun. Are you sure Deshaun? Well, I mean,
If he plays a full season, we're saying if he plays a full season, he's 2.
If he plays a full season, no, that's right.
If he plays a full season, he's 2.
I'm about to say because Deshaun Watson got a longer trial than Johnny Depp. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if he's gonna.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
I don't know if he's gonna play.
If Deshaun Watson plays, he's number 2. Wow.
He wildin'. He big wildin'.
Nah, hey, it is what it is. All right, we're gonna go. We'll go top 5. We're gonna go top 5 for this next one. Actually, I lied. We're gonna go top 4. We're gonna keep it at top 4. We're gonna keep it that way across the board. We're gonna go to the running backs. Top 4. Who's your 1, 2, 3, and 4? We're gonna have y'all spit all 4, starting with Bale. Who's your top 4 running backs in the AFC North?
Nick Chubb, Joe Mixon, Kareem Hunt.
Damn.
Lamar Jackson.
That is tough. You gonna skip right over Najee.
I'm gonna go Nick Chubb, J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, and Najee.
Damn. Joe Mixon don't even make the list.
That's crazy.
That guy, he's an animal. He's a beast. Screw that guy.
That's
I'll switch out LJ for Najee though. Let's be real.
I'll go, and then we'll have Dre wrap us up. I'm gonna go, and this is for next year. Yeah. Najee Harris at number 1, Nick Chubb at number 2, Joe Mixon at number 3, and then J.K. Dobbins at 4. I ain't seen J.K. Dobbins in a year and a half. I can't put you there.
I mean that's cool.
That's fair.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Najee 1. Najee's 1 for me.
Right.
Who you got, Dre?
All right. So for me, I'm gonna go Joe Mixon.
Who?
He's a dog. He's a dog. And his
O-line
production
got
was better
better
last year. He had the best production, most touchdowns and everything. I'm going straight for the facts there.
Okay.
I like Nick Chubb though as a close second. Now remember, he also splitting with Kareem, and I feel like Kareem played a little harder when he in the game. But I'm gonna say Nick Chubb for number 2. And then I'm gonna go like Soy. I gotta put Najee Harris at number 3. I really like him. They need to use him a little more. And then JK probably will be one of my favorites, but we got to see him play. So I'm gonna put JK at number 4.
Okay. Cool. I think this next one's gonna be a little bit easier. We're gonna go with the top 4 receivers. Top 4 receivers. Spit it 1 through 4. Go ahead, Tua. Start us off. 1 through 4.
Jamar Chase, 1 through 4.
Damn, you ain't giving nobody else.
I'm just Jamar Chase. I'm gonna go Jamar Chase. Rashad Bateman. I'm gonna go with them 2. Number 3, I am going to go with Mr. Claypool. And number 4, I'm gonna go with Anthony Schwartz. All my
What?
Oh
What
my
is this
gosh,
list?
what is going on?
This is out of control now. This
Dude,
is out of control. What are we doing here? What are we
Listen,
doing here?
What?
Tua, what are we doing here?
everything.
What? Let me turn this camera
next.
off.
Everything I said, y'all said the same thing. What I said about
What?
the Dark Horses last year.
man.
Next.
Lightning only hits lightning never hits the same place twice, bro.
Oh yeah.
No.
It's sometimes
That's crazy.
What? I'm gonna go
No,
next.
you
I wasn't even gonna go next. I'm gonna go next, just because I am insulted.
Right.
Where did you put Chase Claypool at 3?
at 3,
You put Bateman at 2?
at 2.
Oh my! All right, I'm gonna go Jamar Chase.
And Jamar Chase was my 1.
I'm gonna go T Higgins.
Mm-hmm.
Now this was a little bit harder, but I'm going Amari Cooper just because I know what you can do. I don't know who's gonna throw to you. I'm going Amari Cooper, and then maybe I'll throw Deontay Johnson at 4. But Bengals got the 2 best receivers in the AFC North. Jamar Chase and T Higgins, hands down.
Facts.
Go ahead, Dre.
Yeah, I agree. But I'm gonna do 1 through 4 just with the receivers on the teams. Of course, Jamar Chase would be number 1. So I'm gonna have to throw Amari Cooper at number 2 for the Browns. I like Deontay Johnson a little better than Chase Claypool, honestly. I mean, I just feel like he's more of a go-getter, so I'm gonna put him at number 3 until Chase step up a little bit, and I'll show somebody some love there. In Baltimore. I'm gonna split Bateman and Duvernay. One of them got to step up. Either one of them. You know what? No, forget that. No. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that because I don't want to throw a tight end in there. I'm sure we'll do tight ends, but if I could throw a tight end in there, I'd say Mark Andrews, man. Right now.
That's tough.
So, yeah, it'll be a split between Bateman and Duvernay, man.
Someone sent to a shirt. $1 a day, you can sponsor him and buy clothes. All right, Pale. Well, what you wrap us up with wide receivers?
We gonna box next time I see you.
Chase, Deontay Johnson.
But he got Chase at number 1, and y'all talking about me.
He said Jamar Chase, bro. Jamar Chase. Relax. Relax.
No one's thinking about Chase Claypool to No one's thinking about him.
Please.
So Chase, Deontay Johnson, Amari Cooper, and T Higgins is my last one.
All right.
Receivers for the Ravens. There's no receivers there.
It was hard to justify throwing a Ravens receiver on there, but going into tight ends, I think this was going to be a lot easier of a conversation. Tight ends, start us off, Paulie.
Tight ends, Mark Andrews. Who's the? No, it's the
Njoku. Njoku's over on the Browns.
I had a brain fart.
Freiermuth for the Steelers.
Okay, let's start off. Andrews, Hayden Hurst, Njoku, and Freiermuth.
Damn.
I see it in that order too.
Okay. Who you got, Drake?
I'll do it a little different. I mean, tight end is tough. I mean, I like almost all of them, but Mark Andrews I'll probably put number 1. David Njoku, I mean, he's a close number 1 too. He's a dog.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, like I said, I like them all. I'd probably tie 3rd at Hayden and Pat. I mean, they got some solid tight ends that can do what they need to. I mean, none of them is Kelsey or Waller or anything like that, but that's about as good as I can get with the tight end.
Cool. Honestly, I'm right there with Dre. 1 and 2 can easily be swapped back and forth. 3 and 4 can easily be swapped back and forth. But that's where I'm at too. But let's go with D lines. Which D lines do y'all have ranked 1 through 4, based on the team? We'll go with we'll start where we left off with Dre.
Okay. Honestly, defensive line wise, I'm probably going to give that nod to. I'll probably still give it to the Browns. You know, they got Myles Garrett, complete dog. Clowney's still there. I mean, I haven't seen much from Clowney, but I still think I still like him. He was a dog in South Carolina, so I'm gonna give it to the Browns. And then Steelers still, even with Tuitt leaving, I mean, well, you could put Watt up there. You know, you got Hayward, you know, as well. Those are two impactful guys right there. So I'll probably put them, you know, at two. Um, I like Baltimore as well with Calais Campbell and Michael Pierce, but I mean, I'll probably throw them at three. And to me, for the Bengals, it's not necessarily the line; it's those linebackers in that secondary to me. So I'll put them at four, but four doesn't hurt the Bengals at all to me, in my opinion. So
I'm right there with Dre. I'm right there with Dre. That's how I got it listed too. Polly, you saying? What you got, Tua? You any different?
I got different. I say the Bengals at one. Yep, the Bengals at one because of the fact that they had a lot of pressure last year.
What?
Yes. Number one, please leave it alone. Number one, Bengals. Number two, the Steelers. Number three, the Ravens, and four, Browns.
You put the Browns at 4?
Yes, I did.
I
did.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. You
did.
wilding for that.
I did. Those are my picks.
You wanted for that.
Those are my. That's how I see it. In my opinion.
Ah, damn.
In my opinion.
Okay. I'm Tua's drunk. Don't worry, his choices are swayed right now. All right, man. We gonna run it right over to the. We're gonna go defense as a whole. We're gonna go defense as a whole. So this is thinking about all three levels, going from the D line, the linebacking core, and then that secondary. Sasuke sucks.
Oh, my bad. I was reading my notes.
This guy's stupid. All right, Pale. Who's the top defense going down to 2, 3, and 4?
2, 3, 4. Okay. All right. This one's a little difficult, but I got the Ravens at number 1.
Ooh, okay.
Bengals at number 2. Steelers at 3 and Browns at 4.
Okay.
I second that.
Okay. You the same, Dre?
Yeah, that one is tough. I mean, it's tough. We talking as a whole, of course. Ravens are number 1. Bengals and the Steelers. On paper, I might honestly put the Steelers a little ahead because of what they have going on with Miles Jack and Devin Bush and Minka. I mean, you got T.J. Watt, Hayward. I mean, these guys are all versatile. So that's kind of close for the 2 and the 3. I think they can swap, and then Browns will be at 4. But they got some pretty versatile guys on both the Bengals and the Steelers, so that's kind of tough.
Yeah. I think I agree with y'all. It's hard for me to put the Browns anywhere above 4, just for the fact that personnel they look great. But I think from what they're going to have to be playing against all year, they're going to be on the field a lot next year. They're going to be on the field a lot. So I think that in itself, just from the sake of production, is going to keep them at 4. But I agree with y'all for sure. Let's move over to O-line. We'll move over to O-line, and then we'll wrap it up with coaching. O-line. Best O-line for me, I think, is the Bengals. Bengals got to be 1 for me. Then I got to go with the Ravens, Steelers, and then the Browns.
That's way. That's tough.
Yeah, it's not an easy one. I think 1 and 2 for me. It's hard to really gauge where I want to put the Ravens because of their run heavy. But I gotta go with Bengals 1 just for the fact that they made moves that I'm reaching on. This is an absolute reach with no fact. They're gonna go from the most sack last year to a little bit less this year.
Okay. All right. I think I can go off of that. I got the Browns at number 1.
Ooh.
Browns at number 1. The Ravens at number 2. The Bengals at 3, and the Steelers at 4. It's interchangeable with the Ravens and the Bengals, but I still think the Browns have the best O-line in that division.
They got a hell of a run blocking O-line.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go Dre and then wrap it up with Tua.
Yeah, I'm gonna go based off of depth, as well. Kind of. So I'm gonna say the Ravens for the number one O line. Ronnie Stanley was out. Stanley, he was out most of the time last season. I'm looking at their bench. Ben Cleveland, I think, is pretty good. He's not even starting there. They got Linderbaum. That's a good O line, and they're supposed to be good. I mean, you got basically, like they were saying, running back at quarterback. I'm gonna say the Ravens number one. And then surprisingly, I would probably say the Browns at number two. Man, I'm going to agree because the Browns got some really, really good offensive linemen in there. I mean, they just gotta figure it out. So I'm gonna put the Browns at two. I like the Bengals. I feel like they can make it work. So I'm gonna give them number three, and the Steelers they'd have to be at number four. They got Kendrick Green, I think, one of the younger ones they picked up, but he's on the bench. So I think there's a little more development there that's needed as with the whole team. So that'll be mine. Steelers got to be four for me.
Cool. Tua, man, wrap us up, and then we'll move into the coaches.
Steelers 4, Cincinnati 3, Browns number 2, and then the Ravens number 1.
I'm surprised, man. Tua is a little bit more reasonable when it comes to these rankings. When it comes to his Ravens, I'll give it up to you, dog. I'll give it up to you. Yeah.
I'm not biased at all. I actually look at the actual team as a whole, and the team, like the additions and the departures, like you said, and statistics. Statistics don't lie at all. You know
Facts.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the facts are
The fact that I could sit up here and say Ravens are number 1, you know, that's all lies. Even coming from a Ravens fan, you know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah, dude, it is what it is. I said what I said. It is my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
all right. We're gonna run it. We're gonna run it with the AFC coaches. Give me the 1 through 4 Tua. AFC coaching.
Mike Tomlin number 1.
Oh,
John Harbaugh number 2. And I'm gonna go with number 3 and 4. I don't know who the head coaches they are. Cincinnati's head coach and then the Browns head coach. Only reason why I got Browns at the end is because it's like the bad news bears. He doesn't know which direction he wants to go in. You know what I mean? He doesn't get 2 top wide receivers in Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham, and he can't even have them on the same field without each other fighting. You have Njoku, could be like top tier tight ends amongst Travis Kelce's, George Kittle and Mark Andrew, and you still don't find a way to get him, get him love.
Mhm.
Then you go back in and pick up Jadeveon Clowney to help out that defensive line. Like, come on now, like you got a bunch of misfits that you're trying to put together. I think, yeah, the Browns number 4 for me.
we get it. You hate the Browns.
Yes.
we get it. You hate the Browns.
Move on.
All right, Dre. Coaching
Facts.
from 1 through 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. I mean, either one of them could be number 1 for me, but I'm gonna give the edge to Mike Tomlinson, just because, like what they said. I mean, him changing that whole culture there, not having any losing records and things like that. John Harbaugh. I mean, a very, very, very close second. Both of them just amazing established coaches. Then I will put Zach Taylor at number 3.
Got to.
I don't really like him as much, but I mean, he's been doing a great job with that young team. I think he's growing as well as a coach. And then, number 4, got to be Kevin Stefanski. I mean, to me, with the Browns, man, it's a roller coaster of coaches. I'm just like, okay, when's the next one gonna come through? And they haven't shown anything. So yeah, he got to be number 4. So,
All right, Polly. Run it.
It's gonna be Tomlin. It's gonna be the same as Dre. Tomlin, Harbaugh, Zach Taylor, and Stefanski.
Cool. I'm in the same place, man. The most disappointing definitely got to be Stefanski. You had a squad 2 years ago. 2 years ago where we looked at y'all and we were like, y'all are it.
Right, yeah.
earlier.
Everybody was scared to look
Yeah.
at the Browns. That
Even before the
Oh, they
Odell Beckham
almost beat the
trade.
Chiefs.
Yeah,
They
but
almost beat the Chiefs. Mahomes went out that game. That was their game to lose. If it wasn't for Reed calling that doggone fourth down little pass to
the little
Tyreek,
pass,
man, bro,
Man.
that
balls
you're
of
right.
steel.
That was their year.
Balls
Stefanski-
of steel.
Yeah.
Balls of
Stefanski's
But I
on a
mean-
hot seat.
I mean, any coach in the Cleveland uniform is going to be on a hot seat, right?
Yeah.
You're
They had
not.
a new coach every other 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't hire somebody who's coming from a winning culture. You hired him from the Minnesota Vikings, right?
Correct.
Like you're not coming from a winning coaching tree. So to me, it's like you didn't hire expecting much. You hired expecting somebody to manage the team while you figured out what the hell you were gonna do. So, all right, y'all. I mean that pretty much wraps it up for the AFC North. This is where I'm gonna open it up to y'all. Any final thoughts or bold predictions going into the season for the AFC North? Bold predictions for the AFC North. And anything's on the table. MVP, 2K rushing, sack record, wide receiver yards, touchdown records. What's the bold prediction for y'all that y'all got? I mean, I think Dre definitely took it to another level with
that 13-4.
the 13-4.
I mean,
Mhm.
I'll say one more thing. I'm starting to get a few vibes out of Pittsburgh that we might be seeing Benny Snell. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, we might be seeing Benny Snell pretty early in the season, maybe taking a little over. There was reports with a little bit like with the weight, with Najee coming in, reporting and things like that. And historically, the running back position to me, man, is just not value. You see, some other teams didn't pick up fifth-year options. We won't get into that until we, get to those divisions.
Mhm.
But I'm starting to see some things that I've seen, with other teams before where, like I think of Eddie Lacy, I think of like some third strings that,
Ooh.
stepped up and did good and we thought would take the next step. But then you get that weight issue, you get a little bit going on in the offseason. I think that with all the changes going on, it will be pretty easy to kind of move production over to someone else and maybe start opening up that door of like, hey, you might not deserve big money later on, like you're not as valuable a position. So watch Najee Harris this year.
Ooh, okay. Okay, Tua, what's your bold prediction, man?
LJ for MVP.
Okay. That's a little too bold, but that's really bold.
That's
bold.
That's really bold.
You're also asking me, so LJ for MVP.
Hey, no, I asked for a bold take. I dig it. That's a bold take. All right, Polly, what you got for us, man? Bold take for the AFC North.
Bold takes. Bold take. Damn, that one's tough. I don't know if it's bold, but Stefanski get fired after 2 games.
That is kind of bold, bro. That is very bold. Stefanski getting fired after 2 games. She didn't even give him a season.
Right.
Even with Deshaun out, I think he's gonna get. This is his last season.
Ooh.
I believe so.
My bold take. I'm gonna go with Joey Buckets 5K 50 touchdowns. Joey Buckets 5K. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. This credit gotta go to Dre. I did not think of them in that light until you started saying that. And they got a better O-line. Joey Buckets 5K 50 touchdowns. I think it might go happen.
Is that an MVP season?
No, which is crazy.
That's not an MVP?
No,
That's tough.
it's not. And the reason it's not, because his interceptions ain't gonna speak to it. His interception to touchdown, he gonna have too many interceptions, and the touchdowns are not gonna equate to wins.
So his ratio is 50-50?
Damn.
So is that what you're saying?
Damn.
It's gonna be toss up between 50-50?
I'm gonna go 50 and 14, 50 and 15. 5K,
Okay.
50
That's
touchdowns.
still a great ratio, though.
It is. But I mean, if we talking MVP seasons and we talking about if that equates to wins, I think the reason they gonna have to score that much is because teams just gonna figure out their defense. Teams just gonna figure them out. And I mean, y'all are gonna be surprised who I got as MVP. Y'all are gonna hear that once we get to that. Once we get to that conference.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not an MVP season.
Okay.
It's
I
not.
respect it.
I dig it.
5K 50 burger.
Yeah.
I dig it.
All right, y'all. We're gonna be back. That's it for the AFC North. We're gonna be back with the NFC North in a couple days. You might see the same faces. You might see some new faces. You might see some more faces. But
You'll definitely see me from here on out.
okay, there we go.
And FYI, this is apple juice. You know what I'm saying? This is
Man,
all
get outta
apple
here.
juice.
Your heavy tongue
You know what I
is
mean?
your heavy tongue is saying different.
Yeah.
She.
Your heavy tongue is saying different. But all right, gentlemen, I appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate y'all watching us. If y'all dropped off on the YouTube stream, you should be able to see this re-uploaded later in full, where you'll get our full perspective. We'll be back in a couple days with the NFC North. Peace out, y'all.
Peace, love, and chicken grease.